everybody. Hope you're doing good. Got another video. Hello. That I'm getting ready to do. We'll go ahead and post. This is just going to be a little bit of a color reveal. I've got, oh yeah, I do not have enough room here. I need to move these rocks out of my way. I've got a couple crates of stuff. Pardon, little interruption here. But yeah, I need to check on them. They're done heat treating. And I've got a bunch of orders. Of course, I'm still heating stuff for the Silver River nap-in. But I've been heating some really nice stuff. So I figured while I'm checking this, I might as well do it on camera. See what we got. So, elevate my chair a little bit here. Alright, well, so yesterday, Monday, 26th of January or something like that, I think. It might be off by a day or two, but yeah, so it was like 82 yesterday. Everybody else is getting that blizzard. My mom's up in Ohio. She got nailed. Not horrible, but noticeably. We're sitting at 82, and then today some weather came through, and it's in the 70s. It's a little breezy. Of course, I got my sweatshirt on because I'm a Floridian. But it's getting down to 34 tonight. So from 82 yesterday to 34. And then we're going to 25 on Sunday. So all week is going to be cold, but 25 on Sunday, which where I'm at a higher, I think I'm 180 feet elevation, says it's going to be 25. It's going to be 21 here. And I tell you what, Florida doesn't like 21. Not my part of Florida. It's going to kill everything. So I get to try to wrap some citrus and do all kinds of fun prep. Go ahead and start knocking into this while I'm talking to you guys. And again, there's nothing on here. No open windows. But I know the spot this came from was really nice. So it might be junk, but there's a good chance. Oh, that's not junk at all. See, it's nice. To me, that looks like orange and blue. So I'm not gonna biface these, right? I just want to get into them enough so that I know they're good. So if somebody else wants to buy them, or if I want to work them, I'm not just bringing junky rock to the nap-in. So now, I took this window off, right? Boom, just to see into it. I'm gonna flip it back over, almost like you're zigzagging an edge. And this is all kinds of wonky, this whole edge where the meat is and all that, but the point is right here. It's not over here, because that dips way down. So, work this way, just take a couple more flakes. Sure sounded nice and glassy. Oh, sick, look at that. I hope that's really in focus. You can see a blue layer, a pink layer, an orange layer, red layer. I mean, oh my gosh. So the little ones really do have some really killer stuff. That's all I need. I know that's good. And maybe there's something weird in here, but that's the kind of piece that is big enough. You're hoping for a piece this big out of it, but even if you get an arrowhead that big, it's going to be crazy colors, and that's what you get. All right, I'm going to throw that into this crate. Check. I've got a bunch of stuff to show you guys. So let's go to, I just threw this piece in here. Put that in. All right, let's go to this. I had this nice little window here before I heated it. So I'm gonna give this a little bigger bop, and I'm gonna hit it so you can kind of already see the V here. I'm gonna hit it right here. Try to knock this piece off. Bigger bopper. It worked, but I just hit it a little light. I need to get up under there a little bit better. I don't have a sanding stone, so I'm just gonna, there we go. Nice orange. take a hit right off of here too. Not great in the middle. Wasn't expecting that at all. And that's what you get sometimes. You're not going to get that with a thin piece. But yeah, there's nothing too good about that, which sucks. But it is what it is. I thought this was going to be a really, really nice piece. Now that might just be here, and all of this might be really good. Might as well take a hit down the other side while we're at it. Big enough to make a point out of. It's got some cool colors, but you can definitely see, or at least I do, I see a little rough right here. That looks a little weird and rough. I honestly think you could nap this off. I think there's enough meat on top of this. There's a good looking point in there. I see oranges and blues and all that. So is everything for a beginner? Oh, heck no. But a lot of it's good. This piece, fire popped, and you can see all the pithiness right here is probably holding moisture. That's okay. Sometimes you can get right past that stuff. Sometimes it ruins the whole piece, but even if we get this out of it, you see what it takes to actually get good usable rock. It's not just always the whole piece. Boy, that looks really nice. Nice and glassy. I see a little superficial crack right here. I wish I could just go and knock this piece in half, but I doubt that's gonna. Every time I think it's gonna work out the way I want it to work out, it really does not. The rock itself is really good. So, that overshot right here and took this other side off. So that rock's working really, really slick. Don't like that one spot. I'm really not sure now that it's cooked. I'm not sure that it matters. It might have just been one weird little pithy area. So on to the next, guys. Let's see. There's no doubt that this is going to be good. Now it's weird because you got a little round polio right there. This side looks pretty flat. Classic piece of pinhead. Very irregular shape. A bunch of these little scour marks in the cortex. Could mean cracks through the whole thing, or it could just be superficial and be on the surface. You hear that? Dinner bell, guys. Nice and glossy. Don't want to get too into it, but I don't see any of those cracks in the coral itself. Gonna take one off the back here too, just to get an idea. That was all cortex. Come through it a little bit. I can see rock right here, so we're gonna hit right there. There we go. That looks slick. I could keep going, keep napping. Beautimus. Okay, that's good. That's good, slick stuff. Cook that at 450, not 550, because pinhead. This variety, I could just tell it was really glassy and didn't need to go that high. So man, that's beautiful. It's probably going to be really translucent once somebody cool finishes that up into a point. So. Some of this stuff has a lot of cortex, and some of it doesn't. I'm just gonna keep on going. This little nerd right here, look at that head of coral. But it's got some weird, cool looking glass in there. Kind of reminds me of the stuff I used to find out of the Withlacoochee River up there in North Florida. Ooh, yeah, that's really pretty and slick. Kind of see a little bit of orange in there, but you see the polyp tubes, but it's not grain. This is just glass, 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 glass. Nice. Call that a win. Yeah. Even this is thick enough, you could probably make a little point. There's a thick edge here and it goes out. You might have to do a unifacial. You might be able to get that off of the indirect stick. Who knows? Well, this might be a long video. Ooh, this is pretty cool looking. I'm gonna set this to the side. I have another piece that looks like a megalodon tooth, and this kind of looks like a megalodon tooth with the root and the burlette here, and then the tooth. So I'm just gonna set that aside on there. Yeah, it's also really cool. I can keep going through that crate, but I see this. This looks nice and clean. I'll take a little shot of that. See what's hiding in here. Really try to support it. A lot of the stuff is so thin, there's just not a lot of agate in there. Look in this. Well, as I said that, I knocked this whole side off. It's all nice and blue there. See there? Beautiful. Now, maybe that was the perfect spot to break it, because you really could make a small Hernando out of it here, and then you could make a base tip. You know, you can make a nice anything you want out of that. Blue is pretty rare, and that's all blue through and through. Even some little purple violet up in there. So, bam, beautiful. They don't always break like I want, but when they do. All right, this was just a flake I heat treated, but it was looking good. Just want to take a little hit off of it and see if it actually treated enough to make it slick. It did. I just took a little piece right here, but it revealed some really slick coral in there. So this will make a cool point. Don't want to waste good stuff that you see. Look at this whole head of coral here. I know this baby's going to be awesome. There's a clear window, and I can see some orange and blue hiding under that. Maybe not blue, it looks blue. I can see it hiding in there. This is, call it old stock. I found this, I don't know, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that. Completely different site, completely different time in my life. Let's see what's inside. Now I'm thinking, I mean, this is broken and remineralized again, classic sign of something really nice underneath. But it goes like this, and then we hit this dip. I don't think we're gonna drive the whole back end off of this, so just take a little shallow hit here. Let's see what's going on. We could hit this from this side. Actually, I'll just take that. Why not? I'll hit this. This looked a little crummy, but I'm gonna give it a couple taps to kind of mash any cortex on here down, and then we'll take a flake off of there. That feels like a good spot. Beautiful. Little blue in the very outer cortex, but for the most part, it's orange. I'm sure you can see it with your own eyes. Flaked good. That was a really nice strike. And that's one for the beaver bucket. Oh, that is a big boy. Okay, I'm gonna switch poppers for this. You can see why I heated it. Now, it might not be good. Came from a spot with a lot of good stuff. I'm gonna whack the heck out of it. We're gonna just give it a nice. Could be better, I'll tell you that. Doesn't look bad. A little grainy, I guess. I see some crystal pockets right there. Some of this is cracked, but it didn't come off. Maybe give it another smackaroo. Down. Doesn't look bad. It's just that area was underwhelming. Okay, that's why it was looking weird. So we got a little crystal pocket here. Again, maybe that's not through the whole piece, but we got blue into this. It does need more heat though. I mean, I can just tell. It's not exactly heated great. So that's gonna be a reheat. I mean, as much as I'd like to keep it, it needs a little more heat. It's grainy. After the heat, it might be awesome. Just those colors. And that might just be a little tiny crystal pocket where the rest of it's amazing. I am a wuss. It's getting cold out here. All right, here's another one. A little flakage that I kind of like a testing flake, you know, when you pop one of these off, and it looked real good. So I went ahead and I heated it, and it's a good indication about what the rest of the rock is going to be once you actually heat it up. There we go. Trying to kind of, well, nope. Trying to catch the end of this. Very thick on the end. Ow, there we go. And yeah, that looks good. Now I'll take a flake here. So that wasn't the best flake, but it's slick, it's orange. I see little polyps in there. That was a hard thing, but we just take this corner off, take one off there. You're in business for Arrowhead City. Okay, let's look at this bad boy. Nice open mineralized window showing a ton of polyps. Oh yeah, this is the opalescent clear coral, okay? I grabbed from a bunch of different piles when I did this heat. And this was a site, oh man, I don't know if you can see how shiny that is. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. And this was from a site that disappeared in like 2 days. You can probably see the translucency through that. I can from my side, but I'm looking backwards, so maybe not, but it's very shiny, very nice. That's gonna make somebody very happy, if not myself. All right, big head of pinhead. No windows, that's because it's gonna be good. Sometimes you just know. I mean, oh my gosh. Y'all see that? I hope that shows up on film. Just glass, 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 glass. You'd never know that under that cortex, but that's 100% a saw piece. You got orange and deep blue. Beautiful, beautiful little windows in there. You can see some little surface cracks. It's just gonna be in the surface. But to slab this, well, if you slabbed it on a saw this way, you'd have a whole bunch of arrowhead. But if you slabbed it that way, oh my gosh, because that's glass. So cool, cool, cool. On to the next. Not trying to give anybody any heart attacks around here. Another piece of pinhead. This was small, from a different site. Who knows? Excuse me. Who knows what color it's actually going to be? I do not. But I can definitely see the low side is right here. So let's just take a little off of it. Well, that did not work out right. Okay, so to me that right away said too much heat. It blew up when I just hit that. And it's absolutely beautiful, but it looks like there was a fire pop inside. So yeah, all this just looks like trash. I see a crack through here. There might be something salvageable there. This looks like I could probably nap it a little and get something. We'll do a test run. Yeah, that just said nope. Blew up. But if I look close right here, there's some dry mineralized spots that just shows, same here. It just shows where there were internal cracks that you couldn't see, where some of these score marks on the outside actually traveled into the material. And I do other stuff with rocks, so if that one happened to blow up, which as much as it sucks, it does happen, and it usually happens to your really good stuff. And it sucks, but sometimes it has to do with your heating temperature. Sometimes it just has to do with those cracks, and you're not going to know. Especially if you're heating whole heads like that, you're not going to see an old mineralized crack. I see another little like seam and crack right there under the cortex. But I'll be dang, it's pretty. Get onto one in just a second. I'm just trying to get an idea. Is any of this even worth dealing with? looks like it. That whole side flaked. Ran into a little spot here that I could probably just there we go, knock off there. So yeah, that's a beautiful glassy piece. We'll get something out of that. So I'll just find the good in these. We'll go ahead. It didn't work out the way we wanted, but it's gonna work out. This baby beautiful. I saw this open window. It was a nice clear orange. It looks a little white and red now. USA. Let's see what's inside. This nice thin area back here to get into it. Oh yeah, whitish orange. A little bit of red in there. Close up of that. Nice and glassy. Really nice shape. And it feels solid. So, yeah, nice whole head of coral. You just see the attachment point right here. Just growing in the sea. Waiting to be picked up by me. All right. Nice red glass. And again, this is, just to throw it out there, this is all higher quality stuff than the norm. This whole video so far. I'm getting ready for this nap in, and I'm trying to pick from different rock piles, and I've just lucked out. A couple of these pieces have turned out to be just, oh my gosh. But they're a lot more exciting than some other pieces. So please don't think this is like every piece of coral just turns out like this. This is, I can't tell you how many hours of hunting to get to these. You see that? That's like beer bottle glass right there. I'll throw that up there. And again, very weird piece of coral right here. That was the little window showing. Strange shapes, dips, divots, all that. So you got to find your piece. But I mean, I think take another knock off there and then take that lobe off. You're already starting to biface this baby. Hold it firmly, hit where you're trying to hit. Boom. That was nice. See, a little bit of crystal pockets right there, but that doesn't mean anything. That could just be right there on the surface. So, got a nap in to find out, but that is cool looking. All right. Now this, I don't know if you can see that raw. That's how I found it. Crazy looking. I don't know if it's just going to be clear or what. I'll take a little Cortex. Oh yeah, it's clear. If you can see that. Don't want to hit into this flat too much, and I don't want to work the whole piece, but very clear, glossy looking. And it looks to me, yeah, the polyps are in the end. So I thought I saw polyp heads right here. It's gonna be really sweet, whatever this turns into. It's big enough to do something cool with. Another one of these cool little guys. You can tell by the color, it's been sitting there for a while. Instantly looks like a blue, clear glass. Which it is. And if you can see that, that's nice and glass. Don't work it too much. See some more in here. That's some good candy. And it's a head of coral. It's not working just a big spall like everything else. That guy had a little fire pop right here. That's where I smacked it when it was raw. I think that's actually what happened. That looks good. Very glassy. Very cherry. crap off of there. That looks good. Oh, another big monster. There's the window, looking beautiful. Let's see what we got for this big boy. I see a crack right here in the cortex, so I'm gonna give this thing a tap. Sounded good, looks good. That piece came off nice and solid. See a lot of red polyp tubes, big fat angle on those. Looks good, and I do see how this crack goes in a little bit in the surface here, but then it just stops because that's all solid agate. I'm gonna call this a big giant success. Ugh, that baby was slick. Sometimes it's hard to get those bigger ones to slick out. This little guy, you can just tell how cherry that is. Give it a little whack from the side here. All depends if you can get it to stay together. Oh yeah. Nice. That one looks grimy and grody, but I bet it's still pretty good. It's sure flaked, but it still feels glassy but grainy. There's little surface cracks all through that. Oh, but that was awesome. That got up into some really blue and orange stuff. So, it's still worth it. Set up a platform here, take that whole side off, work into the good. That's what I'm talking about. Here's that little piece that popped off. Remember that other piece we did at the beginning? It had that weird grainy piece. Well, that's that. I'm getting cold out here. There's a weird piece. Maybe a challenge piece. Of the rooster, throwing some weird stuff in there. These are just little heads, but I'm sure they all have really amazing stuff inside. Just like this little guy. Kind of grainy. Maybe we'll put this in the challenge. Ooh. Yeah, that one's just crap. You can see all that. Win some, you lose some. This one, better. Glass. Come on, little guy. And it's weird colors. I don't know if you can see that. White, little weird polyps, and you never know with the little heads. Yeah, very nappable, white, chocolatey, polypy. Love it. Okay, we got one more little one. We've got some little, just little knockoff pieces here. Throw those to the side. I think somebody that wants to make arrowheads can use that. So, and then here's a tiny little piece of pinhead. I'm gonna think about what tip base, something like that. So let's just kind of see if we can break in. It's a little orange and a little clear. And this one's going to take some work. I mean, it's maybe some indirect percussion or something like that. It's not a freebie. Okay, that's out of the way. I'll probably make a part two. I don't even know how long that went. That was a pretty darn good test video. A lot of these other ones are thinner and probably a little lower quality because those are all test high quality stuff. It's kind of cool looking. Oh yeah, blue. Is that blue or is that clear? Sure looks blue to me. It's kind of thin, but I mean, gotta work this baby. So that's cool. I don't want to do too much of it. Oh yeah, blue, and I can see some orange hiding in there now too, right there. So blue and orange is going to be beautiful. And again, what a cool looking head of corn. Nice little tab. Wow, this stuff is smaller. Not smaller. There's a nice spall, weird shaped, but nice nonetheless. I want to try to get that hump off the back. But there's actually a platform for it right here. I'm going to hit it. Didn't even notice that. Ow! It flew off very fast. It's very glassy. It's just getting around all the trash. And I'm not doing this right now, but there you go. You got an idea. Look at that. You can see the bands right there. Clear, dark blue, bright orange, and then tan. That's crazy looking. That's almost like a creepy Halloween band. Creepy. I like it. This guy, that's where a little piece popped off of this with those crystals. And that's what wrung my hand. Oh yeah, amber glass, nice and glassy, and yeah, it's big. It's irregular. Again, that's coral. Boom. Some of these little guys. Ooh, I know you know, and I know that's going to be awesome. Oh yeah, you see the difference? Cooked and then underneath, clear, bluish green, orange. Ooh, that's gonna be good. And that's thick enough to do some damage. That looked ugly beforehand. Let's see if it improved. Not much, because it's still a lot of chalk. It's still a little grainy, honestly. Maybe it was high up in my roaster and didn't get as much heat. It's like workable, but grainy. Compared to all this other glass I've been hitting. It's a weird looking sucker right here. You got all polyps on the top. So, with that being the face, you ought to be able to hold this thing up and really see some action through there. But there's all these weird layers of crap on this side. So I'm not real sure. That flaked great though. Tan, clear, translucent, nice. What else we got? So much more. I'm gonna have to go put some pants on in a second. This is ugly. This is something I got out of a creek. You can see all the weird little holes, and again, not something most people are gonna pick up, but I'm a rock hound. And sometimes, I mean, that nap, there's a little bunch of white chalky nasty in there. Sometimes that creek stuff though, you find cool colors. Just depends how long it's been exposed. This is not working the best. It's really grainy. So that's not something I'm selling to anybody. I'll try reheating it at a higher temp. You never know. It might turn into something that shocks and amazes. There's a little piece of thin pinhead that busted off. You can see all the mineralized polyps here. And then, yeah, it mineralized. So, to me, it might pop apart. Pretty easy. Oh, it's so glassy. It's just gonna be red glass. A lot of times the red's in the outer layer, but this is so thin, it'll be red. But to me, take an indirect percussion stick and be strategic. Clear a face, you're gonna be left with something. Oh my God, outstanding. I might keep that for myself because I like weird projects like that. We got this big, ugly sucker. Let's see what's inside. Could have been better. This outer side is all good, but that is not good. So I'll nap through that a little more. Whoops. And we'll see if I can bring the good out of it. I still have so many rocks to go through. Not trying to lose length necessarily, but I am trying to get into this rock. There we go. That's pretty. See the layers right there? I could give it a big whack and take that ridge off, but it's going to stall right there. So I don't necessarily need to do that. We know it's in this rock. Nasty spot there. Oh, that's clean. So we'll check into it a little more. Some cool looking glassy blue weirdness. And little blue and white trails through here. That's a real classic looking Florida point. White. This is going to be nice. Orange glass. Really nice. Dang. Big spall. This one's going to be really good. I don't like that little superficial crack in the cortex here, but this side does not show that at all. And we've got a really wide face to do something. So this is not big enough. And this, I've got more on the way. You can see how it's separating off of here. Even my bigger bobber is separating off of there. Look at that caramel goodness. Caramel with a blue outline. That is a beautiful, beautiful piece of coral. Very glassy. Knew it. Called it. Yeah. I was going to do this whole other thing, so I might as well just keep going. An irregular shaped piece of coral, right? But sometimes I'm feeling saucy, and I'm like, let's just see what's in there. Oh, it's really nice. I mean, I can see that right there. You see how glassy that is? Now, yeah, the middle could have something else, but that's a really good indication of what's going to be in there. I think this is just sticking out, this piece right here. I don't think that you're getting anything out of that. And yeah, it's nice and glassy. But that was actually a good move. That took that little weird ridge off. And now I can take one right here and take this face off. Maybe I'll do it. Yes, maybe I'll do it. I'll do it. Nice glass. I don't see anything wrong with that. Nice big flake off of there. Thin. I don't know if I can do anything with that. It's nice. Sometimes you get a couple duds. I don't sell the duds and just make you take it like some other people. Actually, check it. Oh, it's beautiful. It looked good before, but it looks good after. You can see blue, orange. It's kind of a motif going on with a lot of these. With a lot of the coral that I keep here lately. Another little mini head of pinhead. It could be nothing, or it could be like, oh, that's so cool looking. Freaky looking, kind of whitish blue. take one across the front here. There we go. Oh, so that that looked like just whitish, you know, and kind of chalky still. And then you get into the other side, and we're talking just blue glass, baby, blue glass. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. I have very limited time to mess with rocks. Oh, that's freaky looking. I like that. It's very smooth too. So that's nice and glassy, weird colors. But I got very limited time to cook rocks. I'm about as cooked as I'm gonna get. I might get one more load in, but we're getting, like I told you, extremely cold, and I have limited power outlets. So I need to run, ew, I don't even know what the heck this is. That's some kind of, I don't think that's chert. That's just some crap rock. Weird. I don't even know how I got it. Oh, that's a trash can. Yeah, here, nasty rock. So yeah, I've got limited power. I've got a whole nother surface. It's just not wired, and I'm not an electrician. And the last person that wired it, we'll just say the needs have changed. And they didn't wire it quite like I thought. So, I need to get that done. And that looks pretty, right? Let's see. I bet this is going to be a really nice one. But I got to get that done. I got to keep all of my animals alive. Because it's a farm. Animals come first, not rocks. What a weird rock. I'm going to try to hit this little knob off just that way. Yeah, absolutely beautiful stuff. All glassy, orange, blue. Get out of here. That's how nice that is. All right. Goes to the bucket with killer. Another little piece. This thing, like, how are you gonna nap that? You got a little gap right there, a flat piece where this used to be like a round head that probably split in half and mineralized. But we're gonna look, and if it's nice, we'll saw it up. My saw reconstruction is still continuing. One rabbit hole after another. Wow, that's pretty stuff. Going in my pretty basket. Oh, I already see some what looks like blue. Nope, I was wrong. It's red. Wow, it's a deep red too. And I mean, you can just see that at that split. Maybe it was just real weak, so it got that deep red. But that's a cutter right there for sure. Clear white with red agate. Beautiful. So keeping it, not probably gonna sell it for $20, I think. Unless you really wanted it. More caramel goodness. This little piece. These in here to get my bucket back. No, those are just too small to do anything with. Test flake, that little guy. Mineralized, can probably make a cool little mini arrowhead. So again, challenge piece on that one. I would say that was pretty darn good. This big glossy piece of coral was sitting down there, I think, for me to test hit, because I see some little cracks in here and I see some stuff here. Sure looks like it all goes through. Yep. All right. Yeah. But I still think there's a point in here. I do. Some of this looks really solid. Might be a small point in here. All that is good. So, at minimum, but it's a question. Can we save some more of this length? Let's see real quick before I wrap her up. The Rubik's Cube. Yeah. Take that off. Take that off. Probably take this off. There we go. Just catch it at the right angle. This is nasty. It looks like it goes all the way through, so we're just gonna find out. Definitely a little superficial crack under there, so we're gonna get to the truth here. And all of a sudden that's a usable piece. We just nap this off. This is going to come off as soon as we take a hunk off of that side. What do you know? Thin it down a little that way. Still thick enough to do that. Cool. Challenge piece, but I mean it's glassy and it's still nice and wide. I don't think it's crazy challenge. The challenge would be to like keep full length or something. Yeah, big flakes. Go into the big flake bucket. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for now. I'm getting a little cold. There's more rock to test. That looks grainy. I'm sure you can see that, but well, that didn't sound very grainy, did it? Look at that. Nice. Yeah, so these big hunks are good. I just, they went into the grain level, so just nap that off. That is just amazing. There's even some orange and clear and whatever, micro polyps. Cool stuff. Got some other I guess like this big boy. I know for a fact, because of where this came, it's gonna be awesome. Now where do we want to take spalls off of? Different story. Maybe that's the face. You could see right there how pretty that is. That's gonna be freaking awesome. And it's a big piece. This could be, let me take a little hit. I was like, this could be a cutter for sure. Just because of its size and quality. Ooh, don't fly up and hit me in the face. Well, I see the color in here. Oh, it just broke off. I don't know, a little piece broke off here. I mean, I see mega color. I really don't want to ruin this. This looks like something to cut. Yeah, so anyways, I'll take that back. Trust your ability. Well, I'm glad it did. Okay, you can see where it was already pre-broke right here and healed back together on both sides. It's mineralized, so that was an old crack, but ooh, look what's left in there. That's so glassy and so nice. You can definitely cut both of these into mega pieces, or you could probably nap them. I don't know if there's any other hidden little things like that, but this is just really fire coral. You can see that gloss right there. Nice, nice, nice. Big old sucker. Some of the colors, yeah, blue, orange, brown, bands. And then look at this thing. Look at them oranges. It broke in half because there's a little bit of crystals right there, but there's this and the other half, and there's so much good rock up here. You can see that. I just need to spall it down. Beautiful stuff. Some crystal bands there. Maybe there's a bunch of bands through the whole thing, but I doubt it. It feels like there's a lot of solid. And even if you cut it and you get that in one part, all that, even that, you can make a point. That is that orange, clear, kind of blue coral, if you're used to coral. Very beautiful. So, got some cutters, got some small, nice, intricate heads. And again, a lot of this is all going to ship out this week. But keeping stuff, still got some stuff for the nap-in. Don't worry. I'm going to tell you right now, you better find me early if you're coming there to buy a rock from me. Because I generally have people raid me as soon as they show up, and they get all the good rock, which they do to everybody else too, so it's not just me. But if you want good rock and you go into this nap-in, show up early. When I say early, okay, setup is Thursday and Friday. The nap-in's Saturday and Sunday. When do you think all that rock's getting bought? Thursday. Yeah, because everybody shows up early, and then they all try to get the best. Man, Roy Miller, shoot. The minute I see him back that truck up, I'm like, can I dig through your goodies? You want Flint Ridge and you want cool colors? That's when you get it. You get it right when he pulls up. Get the best colors. So, same thing with coral. Kind of, you pull up, watch out, everybody's going to raid you. And I just say that, oh, that's a cool piece. Shine that baby up. I just say that because I don't want anybody coming out and being disappointed. Wouldn't say I'm going to have any better stuff there than I send out normally. And it's going to be a great time. But I have done this for several years now. I'm an old timber, and I've learned my lesson. You got to be careful. You got to get there early. So even if you're just coming to buy rock, you might want to show up a day early just to buy rock. I'm going to leave it there. It's getting cold. It's windy. Hopefully the wind didn't bother you too much through this cool color fact-finding mission. I'll be back soon. And stay warm out there. I know I'm cold, but this probably ain't nothing compared to the rest of y'all. Yeah.